you get a hold of Josh?
Yeah.
Okay. I went out and saw Jeremy today, and I said, he said, I always got to visit him. Josh.
Oh,
so I'm just gonna put it on there.
Whatever we did.
So he probably will be done. I'm gonna be down at 12:30 so that I can get him in.
All right. If
I told him to be done
another
by
problem,
before
just
noon.
let me know. Thank you.
That's fine.
Thanks
That's
for the
fine.
help.
Because all I'm gonna do is have him turn right off of Elm Street and park right there.
Oh, I didn't tell him nothing on what time to be there. On the time to
All
be
right.
there.
I think we are ready.
Think so?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
give it another shot and see what happens. Good morning and welcome to a special pop-up edition of It's a Beautiful Day in Fairfield. I'm Mark Turner. Clifford, Reever, and Sheldon Bunting with the Fairfield Veterans Parade have joined us. And good morning, guys. How's it going?
Good morning,
Fine,
Mark.
how are you?
We are doing just well. Now we're doing better.
A few technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Well, a few
Gotta have
technical
them every once in a
difficulties,
while.
and you know, we are having you guys are a little bit washed out, and I apologize for that. Somewhere I've missed something in the whole scheme of things here, but wow.
We might just be prettier if you can't see us clearly.
Well, yeah, that's the way I see it. I'm throwing you guys a bone on this one. So, so the Veterans Parade, 24 years now. You were a part of the startup of the Veterans Parade, right, Clifford?
Yeah, you could say that. I was the one that got it started, yeah.
Wow, man. How did this thing all get started? I need to know some details.
As Sheldon said before, I opened up my mouth and I got it.
So 24 years ago.
I made a suggestion
Okay.
that it would be nice to have a Veterans Day parade. And 24 years later, I still made that suggestion that it'd be nice to have one.
Now, Sheldon, you've been on board for a few years now. helping out.
4 or 5.
45, yeah.
6.
I drafted him.
I'm just his sidekick. There's a lot of people that do a lot more than I do. There's a good group down at the VFW and the good group at the Legion that all kind of
Right. Now,
work together to make this thing happen.
Veterans Day Parade is Wednesday, or I'm sorry, it's Saturday. This is Wednesday. The Veterans Day Parade is Saturday. What time does it start?
At
How
2
does someone
o'clock.
get involved?
2 o'clock and you can start lining up at 1 o'clock on North First Street, just past the high rise.
Okay.
Yeah, just north of the high rise.
And to take the traditional parade route up
Same one as-
First over to
as
Court, down
homecoming,
to,
yes.
is it 4th?
Yes.
Down to
4th,
4th
and then
Street, yes.
on Main Street. Okay. Ah, wow. What a crazy busy time for you guys, man. It jumps up on you quick.
And you don't have to be a business, an organization,
No,
a club, or a group to be involved. If you've got something you want to put on the parade, show up.
It's on a first come, first served basis. All you do is if you want to be in a parade and you come up there and there's parades down by the Hot Northside Grade School, just fall in behind it.
All right. How many entries do you expect this year? Or
I-
how many
I
entries have you
can't-
had in the past?
I can't tell you. I figure, 30, 40 maybe?
Okay. In the past years, you've had a number of flyovers
Yes.
and special vehicles. What's the plan for this year?
We're hoping, weather permitting, that there will be a flyover again this year. The guy out of Indianapolis, Indiana, Rod Taylor, has his C-45 plane, and I've got in touch with him Monday, and he said he's planning on it, and it'll be coming down Main Street about 2:15 Saturday afternoon.
Wow.
I'm trying to get him to drop candy. I don't know if it's got bomb doors or anything like that, but I mean, it's an actual World War II plane.
He's always wanting something done.
I
Yeah.
think the C-45 was actually a transport plane, wasn't it?
With a big door in the back ought to open, and you can
Yeah.
Well, it's not that kind.
just push out loads of candy.
it's got a door somewhere you can throw
Yeah,
stuff
it
out.
probably does.
So as far as the candy is concerned, any type of, I mean,
You can throw any candy you want out.
okay, and
It's not handout yet. You can throw it out.
okay,
The
special.
only handout is at Christmas.
All right. So special vehicles. What type of vehicles, special vehicles, you guys going to have this year?
We don't know. They just show up.
I've been on the search for the last 5 years or so for a tank, but nobody has.
He
And I have
can't
not
find
found-
an
I
M60
can't-
tank that he really would like to have.
Well, why shoot for an M60? Shoot for an Abrams.
I know.
We don't-
Would they let you do it with the new roads out on Main Street?
Well, they wouldn't let you do it with steel tracks, but they might with the rubberized, you know.
Okay.
But
Sometimes it's better to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission,
Yeah,
right?
I wouldn't want a chance at me end up in jail.
Well, you never know.
Is it Vincennes where the guy's got all the
Yeah.
Army equipment? He's got a museum over there.
Yeah, I've seen
I
the
begged
museum.
and begged and begged, but he just doesn't have enough help. And
Yeah, he doesn't have enough help to bring him over.
And he says when a water pump goes out of a 85-year-old tank on Main Street, you just don't call the tow truck. So
Well, you could, Vaughn's Tire, they have the big rig tow trucks. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they could probably help you out there.
Yeah. Then we'd be fine.
But we will see some military type vehicles in.
I
there.
hope
Hopefully
so.
so.
I hope so. I know there's one guy here in town that has a Jeep that's like military Jeep, and then there's another one that has a military Jeep. So I don't know if they'll show up or not.
I
But
know in the past you've had with the Deuce and a Half. You've had the Deuce and a Half
Yeah.
a couple of times.
I think that came up from Marion. That was the or the reserve unit down in Marion.
Okay. All right. So we hope that's going to be the case again this year.
Never know, because they have their training the first or second week of every month. So if we hit it right, they may be here, and if we don't, it's because they are in training right now.
So. All right, so the parade's Saturday, and there is a chance of rain on Saturday. What, any rain plans?
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Tell you a little story, that way everybody will know. Just bring your umbrellas in case. But I asked the very same question. The first one, after the first one,
Right.
or before the first one, I said, so what are we going to do if it rains? You know, I mean,
Right, yeah.
you got people out there, and one old gentleman from the Korean War turned around and told me, he said, they didn't cancel the war when it was raining. And I said, you just took care of that answer.
You know, we've talked about the parade a lot, but it's a whole day of activities for veterans.
Pretty close,
on
yes.
Saturday,
It starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. We have a breakfast at the Catholic Church from 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock for veterans and their families. And Dennis Zerlini, I'm quite sure, do you have his number?
I'll get his number here.
And but it's not mandatory, but you call Dennis and kind of, tell him what that number is.
Yeah, they would like to have a head count, if possible,
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
breakfast, but get a hold of Dennis Zerlini at 618-599-8168. And it's no cost. It's for the veterans and their family.
Yep. And that's at 7 till 9. And then at 1 o'clock, up at Freedom Park, right down the street here, the FCHS Show Choir is going to perform the national anthem, followed by a concert of the Roasted Chestnuts. So that's
Patriotic musings.
yes, patriotic music. The last we heard, it was about 30 to 45 minutes of patriotic music.
Okay.
And then at 2 o'clock, the parade starts. And after the parade, all parade participants are invited, and it's changed this year. We used to have it at the Elks. It was at the Elks last year. This year, the luncheon is going to be at the Senior Citizens on Main Street after the parade, for any parade participant that wants to come down and eat.
All right.
And that's purchased by FNB and the Elks Club.
Okay. Sounds like a full day of activities for you
Yep.
guys. All right.
And then Monday is Veterans Day, so people don't forget, at 11 o'clock out at Maple Hill Cemetery is a Veterans Day service. So
Drove
encourage
by,
you to come out to that.
Drove by Maple Hill Cemetery yesterday, and the flags are out. They've got the flags out, and there's always a great showing of the Veterans Day program. What did you know any of the details on that?
I'm not sure who the guest speaker is.
Gosh, I can't remember. His last name's Locke, and he lived here. But he's going to be the guest speaker.
And then you guys have a cook or a luncheon.
We have a luncheon for all the ones that go out there to the ceremony out there at Maple Hill. Cornerstone Church is having a luncheon after that, so all the ones that went out there are invited to come up to there.
Okay, some of other Veterans Day activities. The FCHS cheerleaders apparently are having a pork burger and barbecue nacho sale across from Huck's on Saturday before the parade. So, if you're wandering around and you want to
Load up on pork burgers and nachos and stake out your front row parade seat.
Who doesn't want a pork burger on a Saturday in Fairfield? I mean, it's how many
This
pork
may
burger
sound.
sales?
I'm not a fan. So
There are
that's
a
anti-Wayne County, but
bunch of pork burger sales going on every weekend. Over your 24 years, what sticks out to you, Clifford, as your most memorable Veterans Day parade?
Well, I guess I have to say the year that we honored the World War II veterans.
has that been 2 years ago?
2 or 3 years. Well, it's been 3 years.
3.
Yeah, and we had 7 of them, and we had convertibles for all of them to ride in, and then since shortly after that, we started losing most of those guys.
Any plans to honor
No,
servicemen
not
this year?
Gonna honor them all.
Gonna honor them all.
They're all
Right.
they're all special.
What time should they be? Do they need to meet at the VFW if they want to ride on the veteran float, or
No,
they
just
meet
down
at
on First Street.
Front of the
There are
IRS.
two flatbed semis, and you can go down there and you can get on the flatbed semi, ride all the way down through the parade. And I will tell you this, that we are going to pull over in front of Victorian. We'll pull all. There's another semi involved.
Okay.
The ladies that do the Quilts of Valor, they will be on a semi float also, showing some of their quilts. But we will pull all 3 of them over so they can see the parade as it goes by.
And of course, the Wayne County Quilts of Valor, they've got a quilt. A quilt display at FNB right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they are, and I do what is it?
I think the 17th.
The 17th, a week from this coming Sunday, they are going to be giving away quilts at Cornerstone Church.
Okay. So that'd be coming up pretty quick.
Pretty
as
quick.
Well. All right, guys. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Veterans Day, in case you didn't know. In case you didn't know.
Comes
You've
the
been doing it for
educational
24 years.
educational portion of
That's
today's.
right.
Yeah,
This is
24
pop-up
years.
podcast.
24 years later. Okay.
All right, and of course these facts may come up later during trivia time.
We have trivia time.
Oh yeah.
We're not going to be very good.
All right,
at that.
Veterans Day was originally called Armistice Day to honor the end of World War I. Name was changed in 1954 to recognize veterans of all wars. The date of Veterans Day is significant because the fighting in World War I ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. The red poppy is symbol of remembrance for soldiers who died in World War I. And besides the U.S., Britain, Canada, Australia, and France also celebrate their veterans on November 11th.
Interesting.
You get too tricky on those trivia questions, though.
Wow. Veterans Day, and, with the election day being yesterday, I tell you what, we might have a new president. Well, we are going to have a new president for sure. But, it's going to be a while, I think, before they get the final votes tallied. I always tell people, I said, did you vote? Yes. Who'd you vote for? I voted for the winner, in my mind. So,
Makes sense.
oh man. So what else is going on, guys? What else has you got going on? I know the VFW. You guys are both very active in the VFW. They've got a lot of activities coming up.
No, like I said, Monday is the service out at the Maple Hill Cemetery, and encourage everybody to come out and participate in that.
Is cheeseburger night gonna be foregone because of Thanksgiving or anything this month?
I don't know yet. I haven't heard it from Dickie yet, but
Okay. Cheeseburger night is traditionally the third
Third
Thursday
Thursday,
of
yeah.
the month.
Yep.
And the VFW has also been doing a Friday night dinner on the first Friday of the month. Is that
yeah.
right?
They had fish last Friday.
Ah, okay. I do remember you telling me that. I saw you out to La Fuente on Thursday
Yep.
night. All right, so any questions? People can get a hold of you. Did you ever give us that number for Dennis Erlini?
Yes.
In case the veterans? Okay.
I can
give
give
us
you-
that number one more time.
We can do that. If I can find it here. It is 618-599-8168. Like I said, they just request that you call in if you plan on being there and maybe let them know how
It's,
you
it's not mandatory, but
No.
they just kind of like to have a count.
Okay, all right.
Now, if them Zerlinis are involved, it's going to be a good meal.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good meal.
You would imagine so. Clifford, if someone wants to get more information on the Veterans Day Parade and all of the other activities going on, can they get a hold of you and Sheldon or Sheldon?
618-516-3111.
Mine's 618-599-1373.
All righty. All right, guys.
But also,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I forgot to say that on Monday, Veterans Day, if out the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner for all veterans.
Okay.
Yep. So if you want to eat breakfast on Veterans Day, go out and eat breakfast or have lunch and everything. They've had this, I don't know how many years they've done this.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into some trivia.
Okay.
Now, this is going to be pretty easy. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
That's
Shaping
That's
up to
not
be
what
like,
he would
are you,
refer-
it's shaping up to be an episode of Are You Smarter Than like a
Yeah,
third grader?
Nah. By what name was Veterans Day originally known?
Armistice Day.
Yeah, see?
That was cheating. We already got that
Well,
right off the bat.
It's open book. It's open book.
Oh, open
Right.
book. Okay.
What does the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month signify?
Into fighting for World War I.
Okay, there you go. See? You know? What was the name of the treaty that marked the official end of World War I?
He didn't have that in there,
He
did
didn't. I'm thinking,
No, I
was it Versailles?
No.
It is the Treaty of Versailles.
Boom.
There you go.
Look at that, man. You guys are killing
Thank you, Mrs. Harris. That was my history teacher at CHS. So.
What is the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day? There is a difference.
Yes. Memorial Day is the ones we remember, and Veterans Day is to honor all military people.
All right.
If I think.
Nope, that's you.
I didn't know how you wanted that word.
I
But
don't know. I should have just given you the paper here because that's word for word almost the exact answer. All right, where is the tomb of the unknown soldier located at?
that's Arlington.
Yes, Arlington National Cemetery. Who are veterans? What type of person is classified as a veteran?
Anyone that served in the
Yeah, anybody served in the military.
U.S. military.
You got it. Approximately, this is multiple choice, by the way. Approximately how many U.S. veterans are there right now? 500,000, 18 million, or 2 million?
I'm going to say 18 million.
It is 18 million. Tell him what he's won, Johnny. All right, can you name the 5 branches of the military?
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and the Coast Guard.
Yep. And maybe a 6 is the Space Corps or something like that now.
The only ones I know is the 5 that you just asked.
Yeah,
for.
I know. All right, who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces? I don't need a name. Just what office does that person hold? Yes. And after the president, who's next in line?
Did I?
I will tell you it's not the vice president.
Speaker of the House.
It is not the Speaker of the House.
Okay.
Attorney General.
Secretary of Defense.
Oh, man.
Whoever he is.
Yeah, whoever
Whoever
that might
he is,
be
yeah.
at that time. All right, guys. Before we wrap it up today, I want to get all this information out again about what's going on Saturday, what times everything is going on, and then we can wrap it up for this special edition of It's
At
Beautiful
7
in
o'clock,
Fairfield.
from 7 till 9 at the Catholic Church, there will be a breakfast for veterans and their families.
And then they'd like a head count,
Well,
but not. I mean,
not
you don't have
necessarily,
to,
but yeah,
they like one.
they like to have, kind of like to have it. And you got Dennis, you've heard what Dennis Erlini's number was. And then at 1 o'clock, uptown at Freedom Hall, or Freedom Park, will be the FCHS show choir singing the national anthem, followed by a concert by Roasted Chestnuts. And at 2 o'clock, the parade will start, which is lined up on 1st Street, going north past the high rise.
I'm never at the very beginning. Do you have like a starter's pistol or anything that you? No.
I go up there and tell them, let's go.
You got an M1 rifle, right?
That sounds like a
Or a
great
cannon.
idea.
You need a cannon.
Yes.
That's what you need.
And
You need
then
a cannon to get things
after
going.
the parade, for all parade participants, there is a luncheon at the Wayne County Senior Citizens on Main Street, and that's after the parade.
Okay. So
And
activities
that
going
pretty well
on.
wraps up
Okay.
Saturday.
And then on Monday at 11
Monday
o'clock.
is a Veterans Day observance out at Maple Hill Cemetery at 11 o'clock.
All right.
And if you
Encourage
can't-
everybody to come out and participate in
And if
that.
you can't, if you're not going to be a part of the parade, make sure and come up and watch.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
honor
come up and
those
watch.
honor those men and women that
And
have fought
if
for
you
us.
can't make it, we're going to have it for you on Mule Nation, powered
Yeah.
by RJ Marketing. That
Yep.
will be starting at around just before 2 o'clock. We'll have the parade for you, and we'll get things going.
Yep.
All right, Clifford, Sheldon, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And that will wrap it for this special pop-up edition of It's a Beautiful Day in Fairfield. Have a beautiful Wednesday. I'm Mark Turner.